basically what I'm spending and what you're getting in for revenues in, for the energy efficiency and science things. So right now, you've spent 55.8 million on the energy efficiency and science edition. Page 27 is food service. Food service basically operates as a business and is self-supporting, as you can see. Page 28 is Fund 72.
Brent, on expenditures, on 5,000 on page 27.
Yep.
828 and nothing and unaudited, so what's the 5,000 for in the
I'll
capital?
tell you when it breaks.
Okay,
So that's pretty much what that would be. It's
Okay.
if we end up with something breaking, that's just a plug number.
Put it in there,
If
okay.
something breaks, if something doesn't break, I don't have any designs. But like this last year, we had a steamer take a dump. Actually ended up getting a good deal. I got a used steamer from Antigo School District, so I was pretty happy about that. But I don't know if I can pull that off. I don't, like I say, it all just depends on what goes. It's kind of just a plug number to cover us if something goes south on us. Page 28 is your expendable trust fund, and that is only scholarships can go in there. So you can see last year you had $47,300 worth of scholarships given to kids that we administered. So other times some organizations pay it out themselves. Page 29 you can see is your employee benefit trust fund. That's where you have your money for your early retirement benefits that are promised to staff, teachers, and administrators. And you can see we've been funding that according to what the actuary is recommending, which means the amount has gone up from previous years. On page 30 is your community service fund. This year, actually, we raised the amount of taxes taken because I was drawing down the fund balance of that because it was high after they changed the rules on what we could spend the money for. This is where your tennis court would go once we get bids on it and such. We come back to you, but they got the tennis court in there, and here's your swimming pool operations and any community ed classes you conduct for adults. On page 31 is your fund where we count for grants. In that fund, I don't have any activity in it.
I got a question.
Sure.
On page 30,
Sure.
where we're talking about purchased services,
Yep, that's it.
36,000, that's stuff for the, oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank.
It's just
For all that
YMCA.
equipment, you know, that equipment that we're buying for,
for the fitness room?
yeah, thank you.
Fitness room?
For the
No,
fitness
you
room,
know,
is any of
that's-
that in there?
No, gosh, no.
Okay.
Gosh, no, you can't do that.
Can't do that.
Because they basically clamped down, Amy, at the state level. Schools are putting in all kinds of stuff that wasn't related to community. And like what I said, I could do the tennis courts. The reason I could do the tennis courts through Fund 80 is I don't have a Phi-Ed program and I don't have a extracurricular program for tennis. But like
So
for
it's just
Phi-Ed
really
classes are
community.
using the fitness center. Like I said, we're using the Trios adoption money.
Yeah.
They'd go, oh,
Right.
time out, you know, this is for school use, and the litmus test is for the Fund 80 is this something that if you didn't have Fund 80, you would you'd quit? And yeah, you'd quit it. I mean, probably you wouldn't sit there and fund a community pool if you didn't have any source of funding for it. I don't think you'd sit here probably and cut the budget, run open swim, you know, reduce your number of teachers or something like that. That would be the litmus test that they would have.
What, 36, that'd be the YMCA?
What?
That'd be the YMCA? Or-
That would be 30,000 for the tennis courts and 106,000 for the YMCA. And I think this last year the YMCA was, I want to say, like 98,000, right around 100,000 they were at this last year. They've been really consistent on where they've been, really right around that $100,000 mark it costs you to run the community pool. So I think they've done a wonderful job. You know, I don't get people calling up and yelling. I think they do a nice job, the people that are running it. In fact, what did we exactly pay? Yeah, 98,000 we paid them, $98,046.98. So anyway, page 32, 33, 34 is the adoption format. We're required to adopt it in this format by the DPI. So that's why you have these pages here. I don't typically think of it this way when I present it, because I always like talking about the objects, the salaries and benefits and stuff, but this is how the DPI does it. So if you got any questions on those pages, I can talk to you about them. If you don't, I'd say,
Say what you need.
yeah, say la vie. I guess that'd be, and if you got any questions about anything, I'll be happy to let you know, and I will get you an answer on what apparel we're buying.
Okay.
Question in regards to the presentation here. You answered a lot of good questions.
Yeah.
Thank you. There's a comment first here. Second, what is different with the budget this year compared to last year? Obviously, the amount of students is down, 100 students.
A lot less construction, probably one of the most big.
You had 997.
Down to 211, so you had over $700,000 less in construction. That would be
So
it.
facilities constraints on the resources and the
Yeah.
money, right?
Yep, and now you look at the flipperoo this year is now you're in, I'm buying $200,000 worth of Chromebooks for kids.
Okay.
I mean, that would be one of your big flips, you know, I mean, where you change your priority.
How about other resources? Any big changes or changes in resources for,
The resources would be your $204 extra they gave you per kid under the categorical aid program, the per pupil aid, which is $380,000. So that would be your big item that really allowed the whole ship to sail, and every school district too. I mean, it's not just us that likes $204 more per pupil. I mean, that would be your big change. I mean, without that, just think, you lose $380,000, think how much, would the conversation be terribly different if it wasn't for that amount of money.
I would so much to adopt.
Okay, so we are moving on to item 9, the discussion of possible decision for, oh, I'm sorry, 8, discussion of possible decision for preliminary adoption of 2018-19 school district budget. And Mike is making that motion,
I'll second.
and Matt is second. Further discussion?
I do have a question, Brent. So when parents and community members turn in the box top, milk caps, all that, where does those funds go to? And what is it used for?
Those are used at the building level for items that the box top group, and I would defer to Katie, because she and actually, what's Chris Olson's wife?
Bobby Jo.
Bobby Jo is the box top czar, so the business manager doesn't have any hand in how box top money is spent,
Okay.
but Katie,
So
I'll
that's a
defer
per
to you.
building decision, and
Yeah,
where do those
And
funds
we
go?
always try to do it that it affects all the students in the building, so we don't just allow like a grade level to use the funds. So we do a 26-day countdown, starting with the letter A all the way to Z, so box tops funds that, so we do different things like, we did chalking on the playground with, positive messages, and we buy the chalk with that, or, we did popsicle days, so we just bought the little freezy pops for the kids. It all goes back to the students because they bring it all in, so anything that we use it for is for the kids.
And teachers can apply for,
Not for the box tops, they can, it's a little bit different than PTO, but it has to be, so again, the teacher, if they're using the box top funds, it has to be the whole building, it can't be like for their classroom, because it's all the kids participating in that. We have brought in speakers, at the end of the year, for the whole school presentations and things like that as well.
Thank you.
Any other discussion?
I would just like to say, to thank Brent for all his hard work on this. Between his ears is clearly a scary place that I never want to go, but it was very educational, thank you.
He really seems to enjoy it.
I do like this.
It does.
If you wanted to, some of the old board members used to say that you could talk for a day about this, I bet you I could.
I think he used to.
And then they'd say, speed it up.
Yes. All right, so if no further discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 9, discussion of possible decision, additional resignations, retirees, and/or hires.
We do not have any.
And we will move on. Item 10, movement into closed executive session. The board will go into closed executive session pursuant to section 19.85, paren 1, paren C of the Wisconsin statutes for the purpose of considering performance evaluation data of public employees over which the school board exercises jurisdiction, including discussion regarding employee performance, information for employees from survey documents. section 19.85, paren 1, paren C reads, considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility. I would seek emotion.
I'll make the motion to close.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Kelly and a second by Amy. Discussion?
Yes, what is this for? I know what it says there, but
We're gonna be going over, or like we discussed on the last evening, some of the goals that we wanna set forward and goals for the admin team. Okay? Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Barnes,
Yes.
Bauman, Lewis, Gorman,
Yes.
Kaiser,
yes.
Maple,
Yes.
Teal,
Yes.
Tomcheck,
Yes.
Zebro.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And we are closed.
In your answer to your 441